Hey, it's Courier Girl, and it is really getting cold out. It's like in the 40s right now, and it was in the 30s earlier. And so I wanted to talk about getting ready for winter, because if you're in my part of the world, we have seasons. So this may not apply to you if you're like in the southern United States, somewhere where it's warmer. Although, I don't know, you guys think 50's cold, so maybe you need to do it too. All right, so when the seasons change, I kind of gear up for that. And I make sure that I go over my van, I make sure that I have everything that I need for the colder weather. So like, for instance, I have a hat. Somewhere I have gloves, I don't know where they're at. I have a coat, which you can see here, I'm not wearing. This is waterproof on the outside and it's lined on the inside. So it's not like super freezing cold weather coat, but it does really well down into the 20s even. So I keep that in my van, and then I also layer up. I've got several layers on right now to keep me warmer because I like the mobility. Sometimes a bulky coat is too much, and I don't like that. So then I have my duffel bag. I don't know if I've showed you this before. This is a duffel bag. It's not very big. I keep it in the van, and it's got a change of clothes in it. It's got at least one pair of pants, a couple shirts, a sweatshirt, maybe a zip-up hoodie type thing. It's always got several pairs of socks in it because I hate wet feet, and sometimes you step out into a puddle. You know, they just plowed the frickin' roads, and you got to step out on a curb, and there's 3 feet of plowed snow there. So I always have several pairs of socks in there. Plus, you can layer them up. Sometimes if it's really cold, I'll wear a couple pairs of socks at a time. I also have underwear in there because, I don't know about you, but I've spilled my drink more than once. And then, you know, you're walking around looking kind of foolish if you can't change your clothes, and that includes underwear. So I got a couple pairs of those. I also have overnight toiletries. So like an extra toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrush, a really small travel size of like shampoo and conditioner that is in a Ziploc bag or otherwise sealed container so it doesn't get everywhere. And I don't have I'm not going to use these things for the height of fashion, so I don't have to have all of that extra stuff. But if I get called out in the middle of the day and they're like, hey, can you drive to Toledo? That's not really overnight, but can you drive to like somewhere that would be overnight, like the East Coast or southern Georgia or Florida, where you almost have to stay overnight? I have these things ready to go. I don't have to go home and pack a bag. You know, the very basic stuff is in there already. So there's that. I also keep this blanket in the van. I love my blanket. It's kind of one of those throws that you put on a couch. It's been traveling around with me for years. And that's nice if you want to just lay back and take a nap. You can put an extra blanket over you. Sometimes when it's really cold and I've got the heat running at full blast and I want something extra, I'll kind of lay it over my lap for a little extra warmth on my legs, because even though I use like long underwear under my pants, sometimes I don't like to use that because it's tight and kind of restricting, and sometimes I just forget, and sometimes it's not enough. So this blanket really comes in handy, and you can also fold it up and use it like a pillow if you want to. So that is always in my van. This is also in my van. This is kind of a beat up old bath towel, and I keep that in the van. Also makes a good little fold up pillow, but the main reason I keep that in my van is if it's raining out. So you open your door, you get out, and all of a sudden the whole inside of your door is full of water because it's raining really hard. Or you open your side door or whatever. So I just keep this with me to do like quick wipe down of the inside of the door. Or if you spill that drink on your seat, then you change your clothes into dry clothes, but then you're driving around on a wet seat. So what I do then is I'll put like a grocery bag on the seat and put this towel on top of it so that I'm sitting on a dry surface. So that's that. What else do I have here? I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? Oh, here. I have WD-40 and I have black de-icer, and somewhere in here I have a lighter too. Those are good if you're getting in the lock boxes, because sometimes they get frozen in the winter. You can spray it with a little de-icer. You can also heat up the key with a lighter. I did a video all about lock boxes, which I will link below, which gives you tips on how to do those. But that's also good. WD-40 is good for creaky hinges if you have those. There are other things that work too, but that's nice to have in the van. And the de-icer, if you can't get your van unlocked, most of us have the push button keys now, but some of us don't. Some of us still have the key locks. Now, the thing about that is if it's in your van and your van is locked, what are you going to do? So I also keep some of that inside the house. Okay, what else do I have? I have one of these things. This is a inflator. Like if your tire goes low, you can plug it in and you can inflate it. It's also kind of cool because it's got an attachment to do like air mattresses if you're going camping. So I can use this van for camping. It's perfect for that, plus for courier work, so I can blow up my tire, I can blow up my air mattress. Heck, I can go to the lake and blow up a float. So I got that one because I really like that one better. I also keep window cleaner because especially when it's in the winter, when you got slush everywhere, especially these back windows get filthy all the time. So I keep a roll of paper towels and some window cleaner. So when I am getting gas or whatever, I can just real quick wipe off my windows. Now you could use the stuff at the gas station, but that's often really dirty and sometimes they empty them out when it's really freezing out. So there's not going to work anyway. So there's that. I also keep extra snacks in the van because you never know when you're going to get caught in traffic. And plus it's good to have snacks, right? Then let's see what else. Before winter, I took my van to the mechanic and I'm like, I want to make sure I'm good to go for winter. We checked the tires. I just got new tires a few months ago, so I knew they'd be good, but we checked them anyway. And this is important. Have them check your spare because there's nothing worse than getting a flat tire and realizing that your spare is flat or dry rotted or whatever because you never did check on it. So make sure your spare is in good working order too. Also in the winter, I am a bit more quick to fill up. You know, sometimes during the summer, you know, I'm like, oh, let's see how far we can take it before we get gas. But in the winter, usually right when it gets under a half a tank, I'm filling up because you never know. Last winter, when it was really cold out, there was a wreck on the highway and everybody, not just me, everybody got stuck sitting there in lots of snow, really cold weather, like in the 20s. And we were there for 3 hours. 3 hours. Nobody could move. There wasn't an exit to get off. You know, it was kind of placed in the highway that had like concrete barricades on both sides because they were doing construction. So you couldn't like do a U-turn and go the other way. We were just stuck for 3 hours. And if I would have been on empty, I would have either had to have turned off my van. I would have gotten cold. Or I would have to sit there and idle for 3 hours, which I could have run out of gas. So I'm just a little bit more cognizant of filling up during the winter. Plus, the extra weight of the gas does help a little bit with traction. So, anything else I can think of for winter? I don't think so. I think that's it. Those are the things that I primarily do. Get ready. Oh, yeah, one more. Check your windshield wipers. If you need to replace them, then replace them. I noticed that my passenger side windshield wiper is getting a little icky. It's not as smooth as it used to be. I replaced those last year and I may go ahead and replace them again before winter really hits because even with the super duper really good snow pusher windshield wipers, they don't last that long when you're out driving as much as I do. And you know, we don't get a ton of rain. We'll go through our days with it and days out, but it's not like we're always getting rained on every single day. But still, windshield wipers don't last forever. And also make sure your fluids are topped off. Have your mechanic go over everything. Make sure you have good brakes, good tires, you know, everything that they think to get you ready for winter. So yeah, so that's it. That's kind of my winter setup. Let me know in the comments if you have other things that you think are important for winter. One thing I don't have in this van right now, it's in my car and I need to get another one for the van, is like a flare kit. You know, those reflective, they used to be flares, now they're those reflective triangles, like a Roadside Assistance thing. I don't have that right now. And also make sure that you have roadside assistance, either through your insurance company or AAA or a company like that. So, yep, that's really it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the road.